of the pit crew guys.
Steph Curry with what?
Is life good being a pit crew guy?
It definitely is.
Oh, right now, huh?
Right now, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, he thinks that feels good. He thinks that feels good. It does so far right now. It's not
That's awesome.
During the pit stop, the jackman's coming over the wall, he's carrying it, weighs anywhere between 32 and 36 pounds. The weight variance has to do with the handle. Some jackmen like a little higher, longer handle, others like a little shorter handle. It can't be too long because obviously we're jacking against the wall. If Joey were to get too close to the wall, there would no place for the jack handle to go down. So that's we got to be careful of that. Like I said, they weigh anywhere 32, 34 pounds. We run with these, $1,500 retail, that's what they cost. But the biggest difference between this and a conventional floor jack is what we call the hydraulic lift ratio. And what I mean, the conventional jack, you pull it down, the handle, the lift plate comes up in very small increments, which means that anybody, no matter what their size, can raise the side of a race car. It just takes a lot of pumping. With a race jack in NASCAR, you can't, it takes too long. We have to have a jack that in one pump of anywhere from 5 to 7, maybe 9 inches, that plate's going to come up. Jackmen on these crews have a lot of upper, they're big guys. And what's most interesting is they do this normally with one arm. So it's kind of like doing a bench press at a gym, but instead of raising the barbell, they're driving the barbell into the ground. And makes it even more difficult is the lift plate. This is, again, not a conventional floor jack, is a round lift plate. And that lift plate has to go under the car. There's a pin that comes down on each side of the car about that long, about that wide, and that pin has to hit that plate dead center. And he really can't see it. He knows where it is without seeing it. And the reason he can't see it, he's too close. If he were back here, he could see it, but he's right up to the car. So he knows how far to come in. However, if he's offset to the right or the left, just the smallest amount, he's going to jack the car. As soon as pressure comes off the car, the front and rear tire changers already have the lug nuts off. They got their arms wrapped around that tire. So as soon as the pressure comes off, they pull them. And if that plate is not centered with that pin, it's going to flip and everything's going to fall to the ground.
Now, how much do these cars weigh? There's a regulated weight. What is that?
The 3,235 pounds is the minimum weight of the car with all the fluids, less the driver.
So when this guy's doing this, when he's jacking it up with just one pump, that's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
I mean,
because,
1/4 of 3,000
again,
pounds.
3,235 is the minimum weight. As the drivers get smaller, size-wise, more weight is added. So if you weigh 220 pounds in this sport, you drive a car that weighs 3,235 pounds.
In a regular sedan, you know, like your Ford Taurus or whatever that you're driving, they're going to weigh around 3,000 pounds.
Yes. So as you go down, Danica Patrick probably weighs 100 pounds. So she's carrying an additional 9. So her minimum weight of her car is 3325 versus 3235. So she carries an extra 90 pounds of weight just because of her size. But she still has about a 30-pound advantage because, again, it's 90 pounds max. It goes up in 10-pound increments. So if you weighed 140 pounds, you would carry that 90 pounds. She weighs 100 pounds, so she still has that spread where, you know, she has an advantage.
There's nobody in front of him now, so he can pull right out.